We are going to talk about why you guys 95% of self-storage buyers aren't closing deals right now in 2025 and how you can join the 5%. Okay. So this is such an important topic, you guys, because there is a lot of people saying there's not any good deals out there. A lot of people aren't closing deals right now. Some people have their pencils down. Most people have their pencils down. That is incorrect. And this actually can keep you stuck from buying your first facility in 2025. So my name is Bree Hartman. I am a former gym owner turned self-storage owner and investor and operator. I'm also founder of the Self-Storage School. So this is a program where I help new self-storage investors buy and find their very first cash flowing storage facility without overpaying, overanalyzing the deals, and then wasting time and chasing bad deals. So it's such a great program. And so I'm going to kind of walk you guys through what I've been seeing in the market, what I've been hearing from students, as well as other peers in the DMs. And so the truth is, you guys, 95% of buyers won't close a deal this year. And these are the three limiting things that are keeping them stuck. And it's not because the market sucks, the market's not good. But it's because of these three things that I think is really important to not only just be aware of, but to fix. And I want to challenge you guys with three action items that are actually going to help you move the needle forward. Okay. So mistake number one, you guys, is scrolling and not sourcing and building relationships with brokers. And so I love what Cody Sanchez talks about, because she's very much like, you don't find deals by shopping, you find them by showing up and taking a bet on yourself. Okay. And I love this quote. And the problem is, you guys, is most people are like, they're scrolling through LoopNet and Crexi at night. Like, this was me. I'm to me, own it up. When I first started, I thought I was taking a lot of action by being on the couch watching Netflix or Disney with my kiddo, and I was scrolling at the same time, and then, maybe liking a deal and thinking about it the next day. But no, I was not sourcing deals. And so what I want you guys to do instead of this is I want you guys to build out a list of 3 to 5 broker relationships that you see, like, you like their deals, and you're going to actually call them tomorrow and share your buy box, introduce yourself, and then also ask them, can you send me more off market deals? Okay. This is going to be an action. This is going to be a huge mover for you if you do this. Okay. Not just hear about it. So I want to make sure that you guys are sourcing deals, and instead of like going through and liking it and putting it into your, like, maybe a filter in your bucket, that's great, but let's take it to the next level. So you're going to actually email yourself this deal, and you're going to ask the broker, you're going to call them at your lunch hour. Everyone has a lunch hour. You're going to call 5 of them, and you're going to ask them about the deal, share a little bit about you, and then ask them, is there any other deals coming down your pipeline that are similar? I would love to take a look. Please email them to me at blank. Okay. So huge. Number 2, you guys. And actually, I want to, before I go into number 2, we're going to kind of talk about actually a student that made 7 calls, you guys, in Tennessee. And so they made 7 calls by week 2. And she had 2 broker relationships, 3 off-market self-storage deals, and she had submitted her very first letter of intent on a 21,000 square foot storage facility with expansion opportunities. And I was blown away. And she's like, Bree, I just did what you said. And this is immediate action, you guys. This is a lot of action, which is important, which is what you need to do in order to actually close a deal in 2025. And this is why 95% don't make deals. It's because they're not doing the action step. Okay. So mistake number 2 is you don't know how to make creative offers. You're just giving them an offer based on what you think the price is, maybe pulling it a little bit below what they actually offered it on the OM. No, like, we need to step into making creative offers. So creative financing is literally how the broke gets rich. And you don't need more cash. You don't need more deals. You need to do better offers, right? And a creative offer, a 3-part offer, is what I teach my self-storage school students to do. You're not just giving one offer that a owner will say yes or no. You're giving them 3 opportunities on a silver platter that is conventional. Maybe it's a cash offer, and maybe it's a creative seller financing offer. And so what I see is the problem is what the students are doing, or what people are doing, where you never ask sellers, what is their monthly income that they need to be making? They assume that they don't want a seller financing deal. We need to be asking this all the time. So the challenge is, I want to challenge you guys to ask this question. Are you you open to being the bank and holding a note on this storage facility? And so just like the bank, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be paying you monthly the mortgage in addition to 5% interest, right? So you will be making more money over time versus if I went and did this loan with a conventional bank. Would you be open to that and the tax savings that you would get, for that for a 5-year balloon? Let them answer. Right? So this is so important. I want you guys to practice this, is making sure that you're not afraid to submit 3 offers to a broker or to a seller. The broker is going to educate the seller and deliver it to them as well. Mistake number 3, you guys, is you're learning instead of executing. So thinking doesn't build a portfolio, offers do. And I tell this to my storage school students all the time, is that, yeah, we can learn all day long. We can jump on webinars. It feels comfortable. We can learn X, Y, and Z on Wednesday nights. But if we are not going out there and taking action, solving problems, and then bringing those problems back, we really are just taking passive action. Okay. We want to take massive action all the time. So that is actually what's going to get a deal across the finish line. So a lot of time people are stuck in course mode. They are stuck in learning. They are analyzing. You guys are finding deals. They're analyzing 20 deals. They're having conversations with sellers. But the one thing they're missing, you guys, out of this whole equation is they're not making offers. They stop at the very end of the funnel. And if you are not making offers, even verbal offers, you will never get a facility, accepted or across the finish line. And it's the honest truth. And so this is really important, is we have to have this full spectrum of this funnel and not be scared or nervous to put an offer out there. So I always say, like, you guys, this is one of the most underrated challenges. And I want to challenge you to do this one action item here. Okay. So I want you guys to underwrite. So you guys, a deal a day helps you buy your facility right away. And it's so true. So if you underwrite a deal once a day at your lunch hour, it's only a matter of time before you get one of those offers accepted. Okay. So making sure we underwrite 5 deals a week and are at least putting 1 to 3 good offers in every single Friday. And even if that offer is ugly, that is okay. I want you guys to be putting offers in that you think the facility is worth today, not the purchase price that they want. The purchase price, you guys, is merely a suggestion from the broker and the seller. Yeah, they'd love to get this. But honestly, in our game of investing, the game of real estate is to see what the facility is worth and what we can actually make it worth in 3 to 5 years based on our business plan and extracting that value. So we need to come in at the value of what we think it's worth today in this market based on the interest rate and the capital that you will be leveraging. Okay. We never want to get ourselves into trouble. So action items, to put this into a beautiful little bow, you guys, is that I want you to take a lot of action. I want you to put in offers. And so what this looks like is we want to be adding, you guys, 5 deals every single week to our pipeline. We want to be calling 5 brokers, 5 sellers on Google My Business. Wherever you're finding, we got to find 5 deals, okay? And then we need to have real conversations with those 5 brokers or those 5 owners every single week. So you should be having 25 conversations every single month. Okay. From those 5 conversations, we need to be underwriting 5 of those deals every single week. So I don't care if you do 1 a day at your office hours, we need to have 5 of them written and underwritten every single day. Underwriting a deal a day will help you buy your facility right away. And then lastly, we need to be putting in 1 good offer, 1 to 3 good offers every single Friday, even if it's something that it's like an ugly offer. Only make offers on things that you would actually buy, you guys. That's a big making sure caveat. But putting in an offer, even though they want a higher number, is something that you never know. One of my self-storage school students, you guys, actually got a deal accepted or an offer accepted. And this facility, you guys, was on the market for 1,000 days. That's over 3 years. And so she timed it at exactly the right time. She put an offer in what she thought it was worth. It was 20 minutes from her home. And they said, you know what? It's time. So they accepted her offer. So sometimes what it is, it's a slingshot approach. And sometimes you hit them at the right time and they say yes. And that is the whole goal of investing. So I want to make sure you guys are doing this action item. It is one of the most important action items so that you can go from the 95% of people and buyers that are not going to be closing deals in 2025 to the 5% of action takers and buyers who will buy their first or next storage facility in 2025. Okay? It is a buyer's market right now. We are seeing lots of hands being raised, wanting offers on their storage facilities. And so it is a really great time to learn the foundations of self-storage, get really good at the foundations so that you can get really good at underwriting deals in under 10 minutes and putting in good offers. That is how we get deals across the finish line and how we build up our self-storage business and how we create our real estate empire. Okay. That is what I am doing every single day. I am in the trenches with my students using these same tactics, with my acquisition managers, calling owners, talking to brokers, sourcing deals, underwriting deals, and putting in good offers. So I just wanted to put this out there. The storage school, you guys, is open right now for enrollment. We do have 2 spots available and we will be taking it by application. So this cohort will be starting the following week. So if you are interested in buying your first or your next storage facility and learning how to find deals, underwrite them, put offers in, and then operate it, the self-storage school is a 12-month program where we individually help you guys. So this is not about the numbers. It's not about 800 people in a group. It's about 10 people in your cohort where you learn the foundations and you actually have a whole deal pipeline. So you're looking at good deals day one. So if you are interested in the self-storage school, you can DM me the word storage school, okay, right here. And click the link, apply. It will be me on the other line. I will have a conversation with you just about self-storage, the market you're interested in, and if it would be a great fit. So we would love to have you join us in the self-storage school for 2025. I will talk to you guys later.